What's going on, everybody? Braxton Critch here, back again for another video today. Excited about this one because it's super important for your disc golf game. If you're trying to get better, especially if you're a beginner, putting is crucial to your game. And I've been playing disc golf for about 4 years. And so I've seen a lot of improvement over that time because I wasn't very good at first, like most people are, right? But in the first year, most of the time, you sort of start to realize what your strengths and weaknesses are, right? And after about 6 or 8 months, I started to realize, I'm never going to be the kind of guy that can out-throw somebody who can really pump a driver. My short game is fairly good, up shots. But the thing that I usually hang my hat on as I wipe all these flies out of my face, it's hot here in Florida, is my putting game. And it's super important to have at least decent putting game, because if you walk out onto the course and you're great off the tee, you can get within the circle pretty easily within your second shot or off the tee, but you miss 20-foot putts frequently. That is so frustrating to your disc golf mentality, I've been there. And so putting is important, putting practice is crucial, but today I'm going to give you really 2 things that I think are going to help you in your putting game and overall your disc golf game and your enjoyment, because my motto is play disc golf and have fun. And whatever I'm doing, I'm always going to have fun playing disc golf, but it's also fun to be good at disc golf, you know what I mean? And I think sometimes, because there's a lot of tutorial videos out there about putting that you can go watch, and I think sometimes we can overcomplicate stuff. 7 steps to help your putting game. Do these techniques and you'll see, a major difference. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think simplifying stuff down to the bare bones is super, super important in most aspects of life. But today in disc golf, super, super key. So 2 things that I think you need to try with your disc golf game today. And the first one starts with your mental toughness, your mentality. Because if you can compartmentalize from one hole to the next, one shot to the next, instead of fretting about the mistake you just made on hole 5, and then worrying about how you need to do better the rest of the round because of the mistake you made, it's really going to help you focus on the shot you're about to throw. And so mentality is important. And when it comes to putting, instead of trying to make sure your footing is just right, your load is perfect, your follow through is, on point, and the spin you put on the putt is right, your arm angle, all that stuff. There's so many good things about putting that are important that you should know and that you should try and practice. But the 2 things I'm going to tell you about today are mentality and your follow through. So I'm going to set this camera down on a tripod and we'll get to the video, and hopefully this helps. All right, and again, I just want to say, I'm not saying the other aspects of putting are not important, that you shouldn't think about them or never practice them. I'm just saying, try this, and then from there, work on the other aspects. So number 1 is mentality. So part of simplification is mentality, focusing just on a couple things for you, not trying to work on so much that it gets confusing, you worry so much. And I think, honestly, I'll say this, for a lot of beginning disc golfers, and experienced ones too, I'd struggle with this sometimes, is you're trying to focus so much on getting over this cage, or not hitting the band, or hitting it straight on the pole, that you don't actually think about what I think is the most important part of your mechanics. Because where disc golfers fall short a lot of times is their follow through. Because I think footing is important. I think your load is important. I think the spin, arm angle, all that stuff is important. But I honestly, in my opinion, have seen myself make up for a bad footing right? Anytime in disc golf you got bad footing, kind of a bad load, bad spin. If I have a good release, if my release is good, if I follow through right and I pop my wrist and, you know, I really push forward with my shot, I have seen that aspect of putting make up for other things that I did poorly in the same shot. And so your mentality is number one, but number two is your follow through. If you can simplify, compartmentalize, focus on the shot, and honestly just think about your follow through, you'll find that you do better. So it's kind of like 1.5, they're kind of both in the same, because mentality is involved in like everything in disc golf, every aspect of putting, your mental toughness. But if you can just focus on your follow through and then just make sure that you have a good one, then I promise you, you're going to see improvement. So I'm gonna do a couple of demonstrations and try this. Let me know in the comments how that went, and do it over a week's time, and then come back and give me the results. I want to know. All right. So I'm probably 15, and this is not an ideal practice area because it's just a touch elevated, but I've got decent footing. I feel comfortable. That's the most important thing about your footing, is feeling comfortable, and anything like back, you know, your load, all that stuff, whatever feels comfortable to you. But I'm only focusing on my release, my follow through. And I just want to make sure when I release it that people a lot of times say shake hands with the basket, but I just want to get a good flick of the wrist. And when I do, keep my hand up high. And I just want to just mentally envision it going into the basket. And I'm not trying to get it over the cage, get it right on the pole. I'm just thinking about having a good follow through. Boom. Boom. And that's not impressive. That's like 15 feet, right? But, you know, like I said, I've been playing for about 4 years, and I've learned a couple things about putting, and I've seen people make mistakes. I've made mistakes myself, and simplifying my mindset, my game, I've seen major improvements, and I want to see you improve too. I love disc golf, and I want to see the game grow, improve. People love it as much as I do. So, literally, this is not a 7-point video. This is not a long video. I probably could have made this in 60 seconds. But try that. Focus on your mentality. Don't worry about the stuff you did even on that same hole. What you got to do on the next hole, if the next hole is a tough one. And focus on the shot at hand, but focus mainly on your release, your follow through. Try that. Let me know how it goes. I'm excited to hear from you in the comments of this video. If you don't already subscribe to the Braxton Critcher Disc Golf channel, do that. I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the network and grow the game, help you as much as I can, and super excited to be on this journey together with you in disc golf, and appreciate you watching this video on Braxton Critcher Disc Golf channel.